26% more on groceries since 2020. On social media, the campaign is being seen as insensitive. CNBC host Carl Quintanilla, I don't think I'm saying it right, asked the CEO if encouraging weary customers to eat cereal for dinner could land the wrong way. The CEO thought the opposite. In fact, it's landing really well right now. This is what he said, the CEO. Cereal for dinner is something that is probably more on trend now, and we would expect to continue as that consumer is under pressure. Prices for groceries and restaurants have skyrocketed since the start of the pandemic. Now look at that. In 2022, consumers spent 11.3% of their disposable income on food, the highest level since 1991. Look at that. The Wall Street Journal reported last week, citing data from the U.S. Agriculture Department. Food companies have raised prices since the start of the pandemic to cover higher costs for labor, ingredients, and transportation, and because they just could. Sound about right. Cereal prices alone increased 28% since January of 2020, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. In its latest fiscal year, Kellogg's raised prices by 12%. Now, I have to stop there. Now, when I bought the cereal, I didn't buy name brand. Okay, I didn't buy name brand. I bought the store brand, which is usually my deal. Whatever's on sale, and I've tried it before and I like it, that's what I'm buying. Okay, so no, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't buy Kellogg's Raisin Bran, but I did buy a type of Raisin Bran. Yeah, I did, as well as my Frosted Flakes from before and my Corn Flakes. They were not exactly name brand, they were store brand. Okay, I will continue. Some consumers have called the comments tone deaf from an executive who made more than $4 million last year. They note that boxes of popular cereals now cost more than $7. And cereal is not an adequate substitution for a full dinner. The backlash highlights consumer anger at companies for raising prices on everyday foods, and in some cases, as I think they feel now, I'm adding this in, boasting about it. That is what companies think of you, one user on TikTok wrote of the CEO's suggestion. And it said, hashtag corporate greed, wrote another. McDonald's also has become a regular target for social media users complaining about prices. Viral stories lamenting the cost of a Big Mac meal, particularly the $18 ones, at a wildly maligned Darien, Connecticut location off I-95, have become a TikTok genre unto themselves. $18, that is, So what do you guys think? Do you think that it was insensitive of the CEO of Kellogg's, or are you okay with it? Welcome back. So I decided to look at another source to see what other people were saying as well online, and I found some content on theguardian.com about the whole let them eat cornflakes or cereal for dinner, and this was published, I do see, February 27th by Ramon Vargas, and it says, let them eat flakes. Kellogg's CEO says poor families, should consider cereal for dinner. So I'm gonna see if I can skip around and see if they give us any other thing, more information or something different than what I already found. What I did find interesting is when I heard the little catchphrase, let them eat cereal or let them eat cornflakes, I thought of something that they mentioned in this particular post. It was a reference to "let them eat cake," which is a phrase frequently attributed without evidence to Marie Antoinette. That's what it made me. When I read that, I thought of that, "let them eat cake," before her execution during the French Revolution. They say it's without evidence, and they might be right. So it says that this particular CEO was speaking live on CNBC's Squawk on the Street on the 21st of February when he delivered the remarks in question. The cereal category, he goes on about how affordable it is. Grocery prices, we talked about that. They said that he ended up doubling down, and he said, in fact, it's landing really well right now. Cereal for dinner is something that's probably more on trend now. Yeah, they said all that. And we would expect it to continue as that consumer is under pressure. And then they go on to kind of reiterate the things that were on social media, especially TikTok. It says, one TikTok user derisively referred to a September 2023 Securities and Exchange Commission filing, which showed the CEO earned an annual base salary of $1 million and more than $4 million in incentives. So it was $1 million as a salary, and the $4 million was really in incentives. And then someone else said, "This fool is making $4 million a year. Do you think he's feeding his kids cereal for dinner?" Then another user on that social media platform reacted by saying, "What the H kind of dystopian hellscape is this? Give the peasants cereal for dinner." Then another person retorted on TikTok, "Eat the rich instead." Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Various others pointed out how cereal, especially brands manufactured by Kellogg's, isn't especially cheap. Then one person argued that a $10 family-sized box of cereal along with a $3 carton of milk would cost about the same as frozen lasagna meant to feed the same amount of people for dinner. Then it goes on to say, and others challenged whether it was all that healthy to eat cereal, given how much sugar some brands contain. Now, Kellogg's has been touted its cereal for dinner campaign actually since 2022. I didn't know that. When food prices increased by 9.9%, which is more than in any year since 1979, according to them. Not according to them, according to the U.S. Agriculture Department's Economic Research Service. Then it says the Bureau of Labor Statistic data shows cereal prices have jumped 28%. They did say that in the other one from CNN in the last 4 years. And several media outlets have reported this as well. And in information, from its latest fiscal year, Kellogg's raised its prices 12% as it pleads with its customers to eat cereal for dinner and, as we already know, give chicken the night off. And then in closing for this particular article, it says, advertising to hungry people that cereal might be good for dinner is not meeting people where they are. Which is a self-help author, Marianne Williamson. I know her. Okay, I read some of her books in the past. Wrote on X, formerly known as Twitter. It's exploiting the hungry for financial gain. They go on to say about the CEO that he's 59 years old, and has been the CEO since October. And his profile on LinkedIn so they got his stats from LinkedIn, and he has worked for the Michigan-based organization for more than 23 years as a whole. You were just listening to Teachable Moments with April podcast. I truly hope you enjoyed this episode. We invite you to stay connected with us on our other social media platforms: TikTok, Pinterest, Instagram, Threads, YouTube, and now Rumble. You can also leave us feedback in 3 ways: in the Interact features section on the Spotify